last but not least is the third major character. His name is Guardian. I've never done a point of view through him yet because his point of views would be boring and redundant in my opinion because he is like a rock. He stays off to the side and lets everybody else do the messy work, and he cleans up the mess, with the exception of towards the beginning of the story when he actually gets involved. So even though he's a main character, he's also could be considered a support. So he's the closest to not being a main character out of the three main characters. His special ability is he can see 3 seconds into the future at any given time, which as he gets along he can jump it up to like 5 or 6 seconds. This is different from Prophet's foreseeing abilities, because Prophet sees all the possibilities while of like everything in the future and all that, and Guardian just sees literally what's realistically in front of him, what's going to happen. So I mean, it makes it impossible to fight him, but at the same time he has a better purpose in mind. He knows that there's a final agenda going on and that it needs to be completed, so he kind of just stays out of the way and lets it happen, or he gives it a push so that in any direction just pushes it so it starts to happen. So what's different from a best way to describe his way of seeing the future compared to Prophet is like when you make a new recipe, there is 2 ways of doing it. You can either A, throw a lot of things which sound good together and hopefully it turns out good, or B, you can use knowledge like, okay, you know how baking soda and flour react, so we're going to use a portion of that in combination to each other to make something good because of the logic behind it. Now, Prophet, he sees all the limitless possibilities of things you can throw together and the potentials that they bring, while Guardian, he just sees, okay, so when this happens, this should happen, and he only sees the logical baking. So it's the two. So they're both right in a way. It's just it depends on when you want to use it. When it's like the near future, like the present, it's Guardian wins every time because he knows what's going to happen because he can mathematically figure it out. Now, in the long run, if you want something to happen that's not in the reality of happening, Prophet can see how to make that happen and adjust things so that it does happen. So he can more alter the future, while Guardian can actually literally see what's going on, but Guardian only sees a few seconds into the future. And so that's the 3 characters.